Andrew Duggan, and today we have Madison Graham here with us for vlog number 2. How's your day going?
Pretty good. How's yours?
Great. It's going good. So today we're going to be talking about superheroes.
Interesting.
Quick little icebreaker. What is your favorite superhero? Who is your favorite superhero?
My favorite superhero is Iron Man because he's really smart, but he's also really funny and sarcastic, and I like his style and attitude.
It's not because he totally saved everybody in the Avengers on the last movie, is it?
Spoiler alert.
What? You didn't know that? Never mind. So my favorite superhero.
Oh yeah, who's your? Sorry.
No, you're good.
Who's your favorite superhero?
My favorite superhero is Thor. I think he's pretty awesome. His strength overcomes anything.
All powerful.
Yeah, but he is limited with his power if he doesn't have his hammer. And today we are going to be talking about a quote said by Jean-Baptiste Elizé. And the quote is, "Share your experience because your story can change perspective for a lot of people. You can show that in life there are many children from everywhere in the world who share your experience. You can also help anyone, even ignorant people, grow in their understanding." So I'm going to let you think about that quote for a little bit, and then I want to see what you think about it. And a little bit of background of Elizé was he grew up in the Burundi Civil War and had a traumatic experience that resulted in him losing his leg and losing his mother. Yeah, very, very heartbreaking. Something that changed Elizé's life forever was actually partaking in a relay race with one of his classmates. And he had said, "From that moment on, I understand that athletics would change my life," which is very inspiring and very amazing. Bringing it back to the quote, I can repeat it just so that you have a better understanding.
Could you please repeat it? That'd be helpful.
Yeah. Share your experience because your story can change perspective for a lot of people. You can show that in life there are many children from everywhere in the world who share your experience. You can also help anyone, even ignorant people, grow in their understanding. I think being able to share your story is putting yourself in a very vulnerable place, and it helps you open up to those traumatic experiences, but it also helps you move forward from them. What do you think about it?
Well, I think definitely sharing your experience with people gives others more perspective. I mean, in his case, you might look at him and just see somebody who has lost their leg, but not really understand where that's come from. And to hear somebody talking about their experience of watching losing their mother, and also losing a limb on top of that can be really transformative for people, especially some people who take advantage of the fact that they are fully able in their bodies and can run and walk and go about their life like nothing has happened, and still have both of their parents. It just kind of throws it in perspective, especially, as he said, like for ignorant people who don't really understand, to kind of break out of their comfort zone of their abilities and their blessings and really push themselves forward into something that they can be, or in a manner that they can be greater.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that everybody learns from other people's experiences, and if you can share and change somebody else's life with your story, it's like worth opening up about it.
That's awesome. I think being able to open up about your life too also helps other people open up.
Yeah.
And putting yourself in that vulnerable place, like I was saying, makes it feel more comfortable for the people listening, especially from Elizé's point. He was in a documentary and the people that were, it was called Rising Phoenix. The people that watched that and were able to, they were able to see him overcome his challenges through running. And I think a lot of people in the disability community overcome their traumatic experiences through sports, which is really amazing. Really amazing. On that note, Madison, I think we can almost take away that Alizé is almost like a superhero, and he shows some amazing superhero qualities. And the fact that he's able to come out and talk about his story and overcome challenges through running, and just being in the eyes of all people with disabilities, that strong figure that they need to come out of their box and become who they are and who they're meant to be.
Yeah.
Being said, Madison, what are some superhero qualities you think you have?
Me personally?
Yeah. We all have superhero qualities.
I guess. Well, my story isn't as extreme as Alizé's, but I did have kind of a difficult childhood. My parents just kind of didn't really want to be parents, and I had to take on the responsibility of caring for my brother. And I wasn't always the best sister, I have to admit, but I have always pushed him to follow his dreams, and I was there and made the lunches and tucked the beds and, pretty much was his entire parent. And I mean, I guess so along the lines of the question, superhero qualities, just showing up for people when they really need someone and highlighting the beauty in people when they don't see it in themselves. I also think, I have a really strong work ethic too, which is probably why I did commit so much to raising my brother when my parents didn't. So I think that uplifting others is something that I'm good at. I don't know if it's a whole superhero quality, but
no, I think that's
I definitely have had my fair share of having to step up and be that person for somebody. And I don't know if my brother would admit that I was a superhero, but he is following his passions and dreams as a musician right now. And I don't want to take credit, obviously, for it, because it's his passions, but I did always tell him that he was capable of doing anything and everything that he put his mind to, and he didn't necessarily receive that from my parents. So I think supporting other people and being a strong base for people is something that I would maybe think is my superpower.
No, yeah, that's great. That's awesome. That's awesome that you're able to help your brother grow up and, not having anybody else there, kind of put a lot of pressure on you. Do you think that had an effect on you becoming more independent maybe later on, or?
Yeah, I would describe myself as independent. I don't know. I have been in relationships and such, so, but I've also traveled many places. I went to Europe completely by myself, and that was a very scary feat for me. But I did it as a way to sort of prove that I can be independent in some ways, but also because, I love traveling and I wanted to see the world without somebody else sort of adjusting my perspective. But I've always been fairly independent and fairly strong in my opinions and strong in my feelings about how things should be. Just because I know I've seen how things shouldn't be. I've seen how, granted, not for every situation, but I think that, my independence is a little ferocious sometimes.
Right. I feel like I'm the total opposite. I feel like I'm very dependent about some things on people, but, being independent is very good because you have other people not necessarily rely on you, but they trust you and I think that's a really good superhero quality to have.
Thank you. What superhero qualities do you think that you have or give to other people?
Oh man, that's a hard one. I feel like I have some good qualities in the sense that I will sacrifice, my time and energy towards the people that I love, like my friends and family. Small things, big things, whatever it is, like I will always be there for them. For example, if their car breaks down, I'll go and help them, or pick them up. If they need somebody that is available for a ride, like I'll be there for them. And, I think that's super helpful for people. I just love helping people in general. Another great quality that I feel like I have is I like to motivate people a lot and just lift people up if they're feeling sad or down. I don't like seeing people sad or down, and just being able to be there for that person in their hard times helps me kind of understand and like overcome some of my childhood experiences, in times that I didn't have somebody there for me when I really needed them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's a really beautiful quality to have, and all your friends and family, I'm sure, love you for your superhero powers.
Thank you. That ends today's session, and I just want to thank you, Madison, again for being here for vlog number 2.
Yeah.